Thank you. I'd like to thank President Peng and Professor Chow for the invitation. And I really enjoyed the talk by Professor Cadwell with regard to the research and innovation ecosystems. And so Professor Max Shen, in his first talk, posed some question about how come Hong Kong, with regard to its many top universities and researchers, and with all its economic resources, have not been able to create a really innovative industry here. And so my talk would try to answer some of his questions regarding the challenge in developing the Hong Kong's innovation ecosystem, and also want to share with the audience some of our attempt and to create some of these ecosystems to help Hong Kong and the Greater Bay Area to convert our outstanding research results for commercialization and to make some impact to the economy and the society. And so this is a slide showing that Hong Kong, indeed, we have some good universities with regard to publication and with regard to ranking. And you know that Asia, everybody loves ranking. And now, what about the university? I think the most important asset of the university are two aspects. One is of course, the talents that we have and talents that we are educating or training. And the other one is the knowledge that is being generated, the research outputs regarding discovery through research or invention by the engineers. So these are the two categories of most important assets in the university. And we do have some very good universities are generating these two important assets. I will show you. First of all, we do have many good scientists and engineers in our universities. This is some of the highly cited scientists and the top 2% scientists according to some of the global studies based on big data. And with regard to the percent population, for example, Hong Kong, we have more than 1,000 top 2% scientists and engineers in all different areas. And this is among the highest ratio in terms of different cities in Asia. And with that, we generate a lot of paper. These top scientists are based on their impact, based on their citation, and based on their publication. And another output is the patent. So again, Hong Kong has some university that continues to generate a lot of patents. And as you can see, consistently, we have 2 or 3 universities ranked among top hundreds in terms of the US patent granted every year. And by a rough count, I think sitting in the drawers of the technology transfer office or knowledge transfer office of different universities, we have more than 6,000 patents in Hong Kong there. Just as take the CityU University as example, as of end of last year, we have more than 1,300 patents, US and China and international. And we managed to put everything online, so there's a barcode here that we have a database, it's all accessible to the public. But what I want to show is these patents are sitting there most of the time. And so we have not been fully utilizing these patents and research output. So we have a very high quality asset, but it's not generating a lot of return. Another category is the human talent. The talents that we have, in addition to these top quality professors and engineers, we also educating a lot of graduates of the university here in Hong Kong. There are more than 50,000 graduates every year, including about roughly 30,000 masters and PhDs. Now, half of them are in the STEM area: science, engineering, mathematics, life science, and others. The question is, of these 30,000 science and engineering graduates, are they working on science and engineering after they graduate? So are they fully utilize the knowledge that they learn and the skills that they're trained? So this is the another very important class of a high-quality asset that may not be able to generate the necessary return. So this is the table echo what Professor Shen mentioned about in terms of the Hong Kong's innovation industry and the system. Now, Hong Kong is not ranking very high compared to other cities, even in Asia. And I think our industry are very famous for knowing that there's a saying called high-tech high year and low-tech low year. So, but I think things have changed. Low-tech is very difficult to low year nowadays, okay? And we have seen some examples that high-tech actually has low year, okay? We have seen some successful examples. But how do we make use of these good assets, our research output and the talents that we train, to bring them together to help to generate a innovative industry here in Hong Kong? Then this will be the translation or commercialization of the research results for practical commercial applications. So here we have so-called two valleys of death. For research results to be translated, there usually are two routes. One is by licensing out to the industry, to companies, for them to take the technology, take the inventions developed in the university lab to convert it into products. But this has a limit where the university's result, the result from the research lab, and the ones that can be converted into product, there's a distance, there's a gap there. Somebody have to spend time, spend the money to convert this basic research result, the proof of concept, into really a prototype and product. And unfortunately, in Hong Kong and in this region in general, we don't have a lot of companies that have the resources or the capability to carry out these tasks to fulfill the gap. And the second path for converting the research result from universities by entrepreneurship through spin-off of the tech startups by the inventors, whether it's a professor, faculty member, PhD students, or graduates. Again, there's another valley of depths or another gap here at the beginning when the graduates with some concept, some innovative idea, want to set up a company, you don't have funding because nobody trusts a young graduate with some idea, even with some publications that would invest you and for you to set up a business. So these are, we see the two important gap here in Hong Kong and this region. And so certainly there's a lot of effort being made there, and I want to just share with you one of the effort that we have been trying to do at City University, is that we try to develop a ecosystem, although it's a small, maybe it's a Kowloon Tong ecosystem, but we try to bring these two assets together. As you see, we have a very good research result. We also train a lot of talented students. CityU, we graduated about 6,000 masters and PhD students every year, and more than 60% of that are in the science and engineering sector. So some of them definitely have some ideas, and some of them also have the drive, has the motivation to start their own entrepreneurship journey, but they don't have the resources. They do not have the necessary help and support to take the first step. So we use the tagline, so venture beyond boundaries. We want to help them. So 3 years ago when I assumed this role as a VP for Research and Technology, and we together developed this new program called Hong Kong Tech 300. So we managed to convince the university's council to invest 500 million Hong Kong dollars. These are the fundings, not from the government, because the government's funding to the university do not involve spending on the entrepreneurship or investing into startups. So these are the funding from the non-government sources, and we got the support from the University Council, and to launch this Hong Kong Tech 300. Our aim is to help our faculty, our graduate student, our undergraduate student, our graduates and alumni, to take the technology, take the research result developed in the lab, and to set up startups. Try to convert this, translate these results into possibilities of commercialization. So we built this 4-stage of the incubation system, where we first offer professional trainings to our young people that has interest to start up, and we invite professional incubating companies to offer 8-week intensive program. Each program charged $10,000 per section, and we have been able to recruit our students and alumni and people from outside, actually. I want to mention that, to get through the training. If you want to do a startup, you have to have some basic idea. But in the university's curriculum, we don't teach them that. So we offer this 8-week intensive program and to prepare them. And after that, if they think, oh, still doing startup is something that they like to do, we ask them to prepare a simple business plan, okay, to tell us what's your idea and what would be the potential impact. And after a screening process, we gave them 100,000 Hong Kong dollar as a what we call a seed fund. So this is not an investment, it's just money for you to test your idea, to go to find out, do some market analysis, to do some prototype, to write a simple app, a simple algorithm, okay? So give it a try. So 6 months or 1 year later, you come back, you say, hey, I did that. I want to really set up a company now. Then we say, okay, do a real business plan. Now you have the market analysis, you have test your ideas, show me that. And then we do the evaluation, and we gave you the first capital, 1 million Hong Kong dollar to start your business. So that's the third step. And of course, 1 million cannot do a lot, particularly in Hong Kong. It's an expensive place. But if you use the 1 million and further demonstrated the viability, or to form a team to show that you will be able to move forward, then we have been working with some other partners to give you some venture fund up to $10 million. So that's our ecosystem. And I'm pleased to share with you that with the support of the whole community, including Hong Kong Science Park and the Cyberport. Peter is going to talk about is the Cyberport. And we have been able to work with more than 80 partners in the community. Many of them provide support, free services, mentorship to our startup teams. And we also secure several venture capital fund and successful high-tech companies to become our core investment partners. Together, once we select these startups for our angel investment, they will match the investment, and they will help to bring these startups to further grow. And so this is the what we have achieved for the last two years. We have trained more than 1,300 graduates, including some faculty member and some undergraduate students through our program. And we have provided the seed fund support, more than 100,000 each, to more than 510 startup teams. And with the support of Hong Kong Science Park, among the 500 teams, about 400 of them also receive additional 100,000 from the Hong Kong Science Park. So we work very closely together, and we continue to send out these startup teams for into the Hong Kong's ecosystem. And out of these seed fund teams, we further select the ones that has the better potential, and to provide them with $1 million angel fund. So far we have incubated 110 startup companies that have received our angel fund. And with another 9 co-investors, as I mentioned, some of the venture funds, some of the successful business, we also provide the additional matching fund of up to 90 million per year. And so several of these startup teams already received these venture capital investment. And I also want to thank our industrial partners, the Hong Kong, the 4 major commerce and industry association. They have recommended their members, some of the successful entrepreneurs, some are very experienced senior management teams, to serve as the mentors for these startup teams, to help them. They meet once a week, and to help these young people, to help them to develop business, build up their connections, and link up with their potential opportunities. So that's the ecosystem we try to build. And I want to mention that out of these 500 teams, actually 20% are from outside the CityU community. We have students and graduates from other universities that participate in this program. We are open to the whole Hong Kong, with only one condition, that the startup team need to look into our patent database and identify some patents that are related to their entrepreneurship idea, and then we will use a simple arrangement to license the patent for them to take the technology to help their business ideas. So final couple of slides. We are very pleased to see that the Hong Kong SAR government is really pushing ahead with a lot of new policies and new resources in terms of fighting for talent, fighting for business, and there are a few things. But we hope that in addition to try to attract the talent and the business from outside to come here in Hong Kong, the government should also pay attention to these grassroots, to the locally incubated business, to give them more support, because they are really rooted in Hong Kong, they are based in Hong Kong. They will not leave when the money dry out. So that's the one thing that I hope that we have government people here that can consider. And another thing, Hong Kong is the international financial center, and certainly we should fully utilize this opportunity. And of course, Hong Kong Exchange has launched a couple of new listing schemes, including 18A for the pre-revenue biotech companies to go IPO. So far, there's more than 60 companies, but only 2 of them are from Hong Kong, I believe. So we hope that we see more Hong Kong companies that will be considered. And also recently, they launched this 18C for the other high-tech companies with pre-profit companies to list it in Hong Kong, and we hope that these will also provide an opportunity for our investment community to consider investing into the tech startups in Hong Kong and in the Bay Area, because now you have a possibility of a very high lucrative exit with the IPO. So with that, we, of course, all the universities would look forward to continuous and increased support from the government. And although compared to UK, maybe the Hong Kong's university funding system is quite nice, but if we really want to develop into an international hub of innovation and technology, I think we need to have much stronger support from the government. And also we hope that everybody can work together to build up this entrepreneurship ecosystem and work closely with other Greater Bay Areas to contribute to this innovation industry. So thank you very much.